About 3:25 this morning, officers stopped a vehicle on a regular traffic stop. That traffic stop took place right near Mingo and 21st Street. The officer approached the vehicle and retrieved information, went back to the vehicle, and that officer then automatically was assigned a backer. The backer that arrived was a sergeant from our department. Both officers went back to the vehicle, made contact with the driver. He was the sole occupant of the vehicle. The driver refused to get out of the vehicle, and this scene took place for several minutes as they went back and forth trying to get the driver to get out of the vehicle. He refused to get out. The sergeant from the passenger side of the vehicle displayed his taser and did what's called an arc on the taser, showing that the taser was powered. The sergeant did that 3 times. For 12 times, he told the guy to get out of the vehicle, that he was going to be tased. The man did not comply, and the officer deployed the taser. The taser went in, made contact, and what we call is good contact, but he was able to fight through it and defeat the taser. The sergeant who deployed the taser on the passenger side then moved around to the driver's side with the other officer who had the door open, and they attempted to extract him. He would not get out of the vehicle. They did this for several minutes, attempting with physical force to remove him from the vehicle. And on 2 occasions, the sergeant who had deployed the less lethal taser also deployed OC spray. To no avail. They continued to fight and struggle as they attempted to get the driver out of the vehicle. When they were able to get the driver out of the vehicle, the driver produced a handgun and fired multiple rounds in close proximity at the 2 officers. The bullets found their mark, struck the officers, and the officers were critically injured. The officers went down, and the driver slowly walked away from the vehicle and got into a waiting vehicle that had arrived to the scene and drove away. That driver is David Anthony Ware. He's a 33-year-old white male, and he was taken into custody this morning at 10800 East 33rd Court. The accomplice, the driver that picked him up, was just taken into custody less than 10 minutes ago in the city of Broken Arrow. His name is Matt Hall. He's 29 years of age. We have 2 officers that are critically injured and 2 officers that are fighting for their lives. The first officer, Sergeant Craig Johnson, joined the Tulsa Police Department in 2005 and was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2015. He is currently assigned to the Mingo Valley Division as a graveyard supervisor. The other officer, Aresh Zerkshin, started the Tulsa Police Academy in 2019 and completed the training in May of this year. He was out on patrol on his own for less than 6 weeks.
We have 2 officers who started fighting for their lives at 3 o'clock this morning and are still doing that right now. These are officers who have chosen to be in law enforcement at a historically challenging time. I've had the opportunity to work with Sergeant Johnson. If you drive down our highways right now and notice that the lights are on, it's because of his work. It's the classic example of somebody in the Tulsa Police Department who goes about and does their job to make your life better, who you may never have heard their name. And I also think about Officer Zerkshin. You think about the type of person that is willing to step up and choose law enforcement as a vocation right now in this environment in our country. And you think about what a remarkable, selfless public servant that takes to do that. And each of these men have families that love them just as much as anybody that's watching this loves your family.
The Tulsa Police Department is our family. So I'm asking, until these men can come home safely from the hospitals, the one thing you can do to help out that family is turn your headlights on. You can bypass that switch and you could have your headlight on and you could drive down the roads and streets and highways of this great county, and every time a police officer drives by, or every time a family member drives by, when they see that headlight on, they're going to know there's somebody that cares about me. Let them know you care.